Jacques, it's kind of a French Nouvelle Vague movie from the mid-60s, I believe, with Catherine Deneuve in it. Um, Jacques Demy is the filmmaker. I've seen it. It's kind of a classic. And I believe, it uses color in a very striking way. And all these umbrellas come in all these different bright colors. And I guess Cherbourg is in Normandy, and it tends to rain there, and the girls are beautiful, and they run around with these colorful umbrellas. So I don't know. That's another reference culture. I usually go through a couple of ideas about what a title could be. I think at some point, looking at the large work in the show, the centerpiece, so to speak, it dawned that this could be related to just a shelf of books or something, just visually speaking. But then I also find I try to tweak a little bit, like a library of a dream is not a library in a dream, nor is it a dream of a library. So I think the meaning is kind of ambiguous in a way, which I like. I would say, this basically has three mark-making techniques. One is the smooth brush that gives the gradient texture, the gradient background. The smooth brush that gives the gradient background. Then comes a rougher, wide brush that applies these kind of thick paint levels, and then I, can sort of reverse the application in taking paint away with the squeegee, and I think the tool, the squeegee, sort of made me adapt in a way, and maybe what used to be, this was kind of my signature, was these kind of wide, brushy marks. They were basically just lining out the canvas, the rectangular canvas, and somehow I think it was the different tool that allowed me to introduce the diagonal. I find sometimes German painting tends to be very serious in its self-consciousness, and I think in a way as a joke it started to bring these kind of like golden highlights, these sort of reflections as as a self-irony. This painted line glitters like a fancy queen, and it in a way does that with a sense of humor. This series allows me to work also in a different timely manner, because this painting develops over 2 weeks. I go through different layers. I explore different. I'm not sure how this works out, and then I introduce the green, and then so it's more maybe a time-based work than the large one, which I sort of plan out in my head, and then it needs to be executed in a one-shot deal. And I mean, there's this small painting, and why is it in here? I think to me it it's the large mural type of painting and the volcano head, just because these two at some point to me function as like portraits also, maybe even, you could say heads. This could be like a hyper stylized hairdo, and this would be a 3/4 of a profile of a face. So this would be like two people, two heads, sort of. So there is for me this idea of a figure, two figures of figuration. But also I experiment with different mark makings again. By the way, these are this kind of grainy texture is due to the combination of chocolate of the use of baking flour and wax, which allows this kind of particular, almost fossilized texture. So I think why that is here is as it's kind of a glue between, the volcano head and the large